Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, The Beautiful Stitches. I love you all and I'm glad you're here with me. I want to thank you guys for subscribing, and if you're visiting for the first time, please click the subscribe button and touch the notification bell to always get notified anytime I upload my videos. Also like and share my videos. Okay, today is going to be a quick one. We are going to be making a scrunchie or ruffle hairband, just what you're seeing on the screen. That is what we are going to be making today. As you can see, it's looking very beautiful and it's easy and quick to make. Okay, so any kind of fabric can go for this. Okay, this is mirror face, and the one I have on my left hand side is Ankara fabric. Okay, so let's keep it aside and continue with our tutorial. So the main casing for the ruffle is about 50 inches. Let me see what we have here. Okay, I have 25. It's folded in 2 equal parts, so we have 50 inches. You can use less than that. 45 inches can also go depending on what you want, and the width is 8 inches. Okay, so we have 2 other fabrics that are here. I've also cut them out. One is for the casing of the elastic and one is lining of the main crunchies. Okay, so we have the measurement as 14 inches. Okay, you can see for the both fabric 14 inches, and the width are 3 inches for each of them. I also have my elastic, 1 inch elastic. Okay, as you can see, it's 1 inch and the length is 7 inches. Depending on the tightness you want, you can reduce it to 6.5 or 6 inches. Okay, so what we are going to do now is to turn the fabric right side facing right side. You fold it into 2 equal parts and then run a stitch of about 1/4 of an inch from the beginning to the end. That is for the casing, for the elastic and the lining. And then for the main crunchie, what you're going to do is to fold it just the way I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing, and then measure out some part of the ending of the fabric, just like as I'm doing it now. You measure about 1.5 inches or 1.5 inches. So I'm measuring 1 1/4. Okay, from that end, and then I'll measure across the length about 8 to 10 inches depending on what you want, because I want it to have this slim effect on the sides close to the ear. Okay, so I'm measuring 8 inches and then I'll connect it to the 1 1/4 inch I've measured out using my curve ruler, just what I'm doing right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to cut out this part that I've already marked. So let's cut it out. Let me mark it properly before cutting. So we are going to be cutting out this part to give it that slim effect on the side. As you can see, this is how it looks like now. Okay, so what you're going to do now is to hold it down, fold it right side to right side, just the way we did for the casing, and hold it down by 1/2 inch from the one end to the other. So I'll take it to my machine and get back to us. All right guys, here are my fabric. I finished stitching them side on one side. So what we are going to do now is to pull it out, turn it over to bring out the right side of the fabric, just the way I'm doing it. You can see here are the right side of my fabric. You can give it a good press to stretch out all the rumple sides of the fabric. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to insert my elastic into the elastic casing with my safety pin, just the way I'm doing it. You insert it and bring it out on the other side, and then secure the two ends with an office pin so that it doesn't pull inward when you release the fabric on one side. Also secure the other side of the elastic with the casing. So we are doing this to secure the elastic with the fabric, okay, as you can see. And then for the other one, the lining for the main scrunchie, we're going to also pass it in with our safety pin. Just watch what I'm doing. Okay, pass it in, and then secure it on the edge, just the way we did for the elastic and the casing. You secure it at that side with an office pin so that it doesn't pull out while passing the elastic to the other side of the opening. Okay, then we can now pass our lining to the other side. Also secure this other end to prevent it from slipping backward. As you can see, our scrunchie hairband is already taking its shape. So what I'm going to do next now is to pick the elastic and then remove the pins I use in securing the lining, and then attach the elastic and the lining, okay, just the way I'm doing it. Secure them together, making sure that the stitched end is directly facing each other or is directly in alignment. Just watch what I'm doing. Okay, I'll also secure that one so that it doesn't cover where I want to stitch. Pull it backward a little. So the same thing I've done for this other side, I'll also do for the other side of our hairband. So I'll remove my pin and then secure the lining and the elastic together, making sure the stitched end are facing each other. Just as I'm doing it, you can see it's directly on each other, at least by 3/8 of an inch above each other. So I'll take it to my machine and then stitch that end. Okay, I'm going to be stitching on that end at the center of the joining, both sides. So let me take it to my machine and show us what I've just done. All right, here is my hairband. I finished sewing the elastic and the lining together, you can see. So what I'm going to do now is to remove the pins I used in holding down the scrunchie part of the hairband, and then at the edge, just watch what I'm doing carefully. I'll fold it by half an inch round the elastic casing. Just watch what I'm doing. As you can see, I folded it half inch round, making sure the stitched end is directly on each other. Just watch the screen, you will see it clearly. And then I'll fold the two ends on each other. Just watch, just the way I'm doing it. This is how I'm going to fold it and then stitch directly on that part. As you can see, it's covering the stitched end of the elastic and the lining for the scrunchie. So I'm going to stitch that end now. I'll also do the same for the other side of my hair band. So let me take it to the machine and then I'll show us what I've just done now. All right, beautiful people, you can see I finished covering up the sides. You can see the scrunchie is looking very, very beautiful. The hairband is looking very beautiful with the ruffles around the elastic and the lining casing. You can see it's looking very beautiful. You can try it out on your own. As you can see, for the pink is looking fuller than the oxblood color. I use 45 inches for the oxblood and for the Ankara fabric, while I use 50 inches for the length for the pink fabric. That is why it's looking more fuller and looking very beautiful. All depends on your choice and what you want. So you can try it out and post it on our Facebook group, The Beautiful Stitches. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching till the end. Please subscribe before leaving. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. See you in my next tutorial.